My name is Bernadette Nataline, and my son is Alexander Nataline, who served with the U.S. Air Force and came home from Oklahoma. When my son came back, it wasn't my son. It was rough. I'm sorry. I tried every avenue to find help for him. He was reluctant because I think of his pride. But there was a breaking point for me, at which time I was fortunate enough to find David Booth and Combat Veterans to Careers. Alexander is a dedicated, very loyal, the best friend anybody could ever have. Will give anything 100%, and he did that with the U.S. Air Force. And came home thinking that that loyalty and that dedication would pay off in the civilian world, and it didn't. And I think that was harder for him, kind of smacked him in the face and kicked him a little bit. That was hard for me to watch, knowing how great he did in the Air Force, and that to come home to the town that is his hometown that didn't open their arms to him, that was hard, and the effects that it had on him. He's my baby boy. We have a very, very close relationship. If you knew Alex the way I knew Alex, saw Alex come home and know that it wasn't your son. And that's why I feel forever in debt to Combat Veterans to Careers and David Booth and everybody that's associated. They picked him back up. They gave him back that camaraderie, that somebody that was there to tell him that it was going to be okay. Because I'm just his mom. He doesn't want to listen to mom. And he was reluctant, like I said. He was very reluctant because, you know, who's this guy? Who's this guy that's going to save me, Mom, you know? And I threatened him. I said, you come back down here. He ran away. I mean, he didn't run away, literally. He went to Jacksonville to live with my parents for a while to kind of get away. He was embarrassed to be back home. And I threatened him. And of course, I had my mom and dad behind me saying, get back home, Alex, you know? And he met with David and was home within 2 weeks. And I owe that to him. I owe that to David. Combat Veterans to Careers got Alex in line with employment, got him started into the path of returning back, going back to school, an apartment, helped furnish the apartment. Honestly, it got to the point where I kind of said to Alex, you know, I think you're a little spoiled. I think you're being too well taken care of, you know, and, you know, but it's not anything that Alex ever took for granted, ever. Is very appreciative of everything. And at this point, David and Combat Veterans to Careers are urging Alex to put together a business plan to move forward doing something that he loves, which is he's found CrossFit as an amazing tool to work out all that frustration. If you're looking for an organization to get involved with, to help, to maybe donate your time, your money, do so with Combat Veterans to Careers. And come spend some time with the veterans. You're going to see where that money and that time is going. Make helping this organization a priority. This community needs to put their arms around this, embrace it. A local organization that's going to help our veterans. When they talk about the transition, they have no idea. You have no idea. I have no idea. I had to stand back and watch. And you just don't know how hard how hard it is for them to transition back into civilian life. And Combat Veterans to Careers, in my experience, took my son and they brought my son home to me. 6 months ago, I had a distant, checked out, ready to run off and hide his head in the sand. And that was not the son that I sent off to boot camp after graduating high school. And my son's back. He's back.